Hello world, welcome back to the Razor RC, and we got the brand new Traxxas Stampede 4x4 Brushless Edition, the 4-wheel drive 110 scale electric monster truck. Just came out today. It basically replaces their entry-level Stampede 4x4, so it sells for $329.95 here in the US. I will have a link in the description below where you can pick one of these up. But yeah, it's a brand new vehicle. Complete overhaul of the original Stampede 4x4 VXL, which I have over here. Essentially like a 2.0 or V2 version. I don't think it's officially called that, but completely revamped vehicle, almost totally different. I think all the parts are pretty much different, including the body. So this is very similar to what they released a few years ago called the Haas. So I actually have one of those as well. Kind of sneak it in here, the Haas 4x4, but takes a lot of the Haas 4x4 parts, actually improves on some of those things, and yeah, it's an all-new vehicle. So the body-wise, it is a little bit different than the Haas. Does have some similarities, like the body mounting system, I think is essentially the same. Does have roof skids here up top, the quick release body, so single flap here, you just flip it, lift it, and then you can pop off the body. So as you can see underneath, integrated roll cage. Does have that big tongue that slots into the new shock towers. So a pretty durable body. I mean, the plastic on this thing is a little bit weak like all the Traxxas bodies, but the roll cage definitely helps add to the durability. It does come in blue and green as well. And here's the vehicle itself. As you can see, it does have an all-new chassis from the Stampede. So this is taken from the Haas. It is essentially the Haas chassis, plastic tub chassis, high center of gravity, although not quite as high as the original Stampede. Does have the 2075 servo that they've had around for years. That is a plastic geared, I think 125 ounce-inch torque servo, so not particularly strong, but they use it in all their entry-level vehicles. The brand new electronic system, so this is the BL-2S 2S capable LiPo brushless ESC and motor, the BL-2S 3300 kV motor. It looks like a 540 size cam motor, so it's going to be about 36 by 52. And it is quite vented, which is unusual. I'm a little surprised they went that way. Definitely helps with heat, but of course you can get dirt and stuff in there. But brushless motors are not really that susceptible to water and dirt and stuff getting inside, because there's no brushes that are actually rubbing against the outside there. So it's not as big a deal, though I am still a little surprised. Chassis-wise, yeah, like I mentioned, it is the Haas, even has the skid plates. It does have a whole bunch of new components, though. So all these blue components on the car are their extreme heavy duty parts. So steering knuckles, shock tower, for some reason they revamped. I'm not really sure why. I didn't feel like that was totally necessary. Knuckles here on the side, the spindles are all new. Even on the rear hubs, you can see they got the all new parts. Rear shock tower does have some interesting little shock absorbers here on the shock. So they add these little blue pieces. I'm a little surprised they did that, but they should help the bump absorption. So one thing with this vehicle, it does have all new tires. So these are the sledgehammer tires taken from the Haas, although they aren't the black chrome. They're just sort of a dark gray finish, so a little bit less expensive. But yeah, pretty decent tire. Certainly a huge upgrade from the original Stampede. So a lot of changes, as you can see. The original Stampede was just a standard body clip style of body, no integrated roll cage. All the standard black shock towers and stuff, your old school body mount system. The chassis, as you can see, is quite a bit different. So they actually lengthened this vehicle by a bit. I think this is around 10.5 inches in wheelbase. This one's closer to 11.5 inches in wheelbase. Wheels are quite a bit different as well. You can see the sledgehammer tires are quite a bit bigger. Much more blocky tread pattern, works a lot better in dirt. These, I think they're called the Falcon tires or Talon tires, something like that. I can't remember. Not particularly good in dirt, actually quite poor. But yeah, bumper, as you can see, is different. No wheelie bar, so that was one weakness on the original Stampede. The wheelie bar would always flop around. Kind of annoying. On the rear end, I think the transmission is very similar. I did notice that they did downgrade the slipper on this. So this is using the slipper from like the standard Bandit edition type vehicles. The Brushless VXL edition actually had the upgrade slipper from like the Revo stuff. So I'm a little surprised they did that. For whatever reason, they're running a downgrade slipper. I guess this thing has not put out a ton of power. Speed-wise, I don't know what they claim on this thing. It's probably, you know, 25, 35 miles per hour. I don't think it's going to do 40 plus. It's not a particularly fast vehicle because it is only 2S capable. But this, again, like I mentioned, is kind of a newer entry-level 4x4 in their lineup. So other changes that you'll see, does have like all plastic fixed steering links. The old ones had adjustable steering links. Shocks all look pretty much the same. They do have preload spacers, you know, pretty much like all their budget Ultra Shocks. Well, again, one area I wish they had improved are the shocks and the servo. Those are quite poor in general. Radio-wise, it also comes with the, you know, very, very basic TQ radio. The TQI is quite a bit better. Unfortunately, you know, still comes with the super basic one. This is one of the worst RTR radios in my opinion because all it has is steering trim. Maybe, I don't even know if it has channel reversing. I don't think so. So all it has is steering trim. Takes 4 AA's, which you will have to supply yourself. No battery or charger included, so you will have to pick those up. It does use the Traxxas ID plug system, although I will probably swap that out for something different. But a lot of improvements. I mean, the drive shafts are the extreme heavy duty drive shafts. Look really, really nice. I think they're even beefier than the Haas drive shaft. So yeah, this thing has been beefed up quite a bit. I mean, the arms are quite a bit better from the original Stampede, just more durable, a little bit more flexible. Don't break quite as easily. The rear bumper is a lot better without that wheelie bar. That falls off all the time. And like I mentioned, the body is quite a bit of an improvement. So yeah, the vehicle itself looks pretty good. Center drive shaft looks a little different. It's not got the blue aluminum drive shaft like I would expect. So I'm not sure what's going on with that drive shaft. Maybe it's a steel piece. You know, as you can see, the original VXL has that blue anodized aluminum version, and then this one, some kind of like black piece. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Looks like an all new piece as well. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna take this thing out and drive it and see how it performs. Okay, we got a 2S pack in the Stampede 4x4, completely stock. The only thing I did was change the battery plug to an EC5 because that's what I run. I got my Gens Ace 5000 milliamp hour standard pack, hard case, and just set the trim and calibrated the ESC. That was about it. There's no steering endpoint adjustment or dual rate or anything, so you pretty much just run it as is. So yeah, let's check this thing out and see how it drives. Okay. That's full rip. Not particularly fast. Full speed there. Traction's decent. These sledgehammer tires I'm pretty familiar with, having run them on the Haas. Air correction is okay because tires are pretty big, just not a ton of power. 2S power. That's full rip, just trying to correct. Steering servo super slow, as well understood with this 2075. Suspension works alright, a little soft, and especially in the rear. It needs a little more damping. It's a fun little truck, looks good. I really like the blue. Flipper seems okay, set correctly. But yeah, speed-wise, certainly substantially down from the other 3S monster trucks you can get out there, like the Granite or the Team Associated rival MT-10. Alright, brakes also a little on the soft side. Let's try a bigger jump though. Alright, apologize for the sun here. This is just kind of the best location for me to stand, but I know you get some sun, what do you call it? Sun glare. Okay. This is going to be full rip here, so it in my opinion, barely clears even with... Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I could clear this jump at all. Oops. We'll give it a shot. Okay. Backflip is definitely not possible. Clearing it is probably barely possible. Let's try again. Like I say, even my Stampede, the BL-2S, yeah, can clear it, and this is not really got the power nor the traction really to get over this jump here. Man, I can't even line it up. All right, cleared it, barely. That was full rip. Well, on the plus side, no shocks have broken yet, so that's good. Let's try some other jumps. Yeah, it's pretty slow. I mean, this is going to be full power, and that's full power. One more time. Really just not very impressive for 2S brushless. Okay, well that's the first pack through the Traxxas Stampede 4x4 brushless, the BL-2S system. Initial thoughts, well nothing broke, which is nice, because certainly there's always a chance you could break a shock cap, bend a shock shaft. That's pretty much the main stuff that could break a servo possibly. So yeah, nothing broke, which is cool. Performance wise, yeah, this is not impressive at all. For a brushless 2S system, it's honestly, I think, got too low of a kV motor. 3300 kV motors, good for like a 3S system, but for 2S, really much too low kV. You really want something more like 4500 in this 540 size can motor. So yeah, I don't know if the intent for this motor to be run with 3S eventually later, but obviously it's a 2S system, so it doesn't do that. It feels slow. I've got a Gorgon with the 2S system, tons more faster. I mean, I can backflip a two-wheel drive Gorgon. I can't backflip this. I can barely clear jumps that other systems and other vehicles can jump, even on 2S. I'm not comparing 3S to 2S, I'm comparing 2S to 2S, and this system is definitely on the slow side. So I guess it's meant more as a replacement for the brushed Stampede, which I think sold for $300, so this is $20 more brushless system. Way better deal than the brush system Stampede 4x4 was, and they got a lot of nice improvements with the durability plastics, the much better, stronger body. So yeah, a lot of good stuff here, but still some things that are a little bit underwhelming. So anyways, that's the first run of the Traxxas Stampede 4x4. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon, and thanks for watching.